breaking news. Stay at home. That is the order tonight from 4 state governors as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. New York, California, Illinois, and Connecticut all ordering non-essential employees to stay home. Those orders cover 75 million people across the United States. New York's governor today telling non-essential businesses in his state to reduce their workforce to 0.
These are not helpful hints. This is not...
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. His first carry of the game. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 15. Check 15.
This is Geis. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
It's all good. I'll see you in a little bit.
We're going to 54. Why is? So Mike's number 1.
They'll try and get it with Geis. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Check, lose it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second down, Pollard. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
And it's third down.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Kill. 27.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch one. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Here's Prescott. On the crossing route, complete. That's Owens. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Come on, let's go. He's coming. We got double up.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Check nickel. Check.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Check 13. Slam. Check. Kill. There we go, kill.
26. On second and 11 now. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Throwing again. Prescott on second and 10. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's third down.
47. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Geis. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
It's out. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Prescott completes it to the tight end, Kittle. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd at the line. And the Cowboys are
on 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
brings up 3rd and 6.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Third down, here's Geis. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Come on,
he
man.
goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the Redskins 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's the 2nd and 7. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. No gain on this defense, no gain. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Squeeze, double, double.
They'll look to throw, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Corey Coleman, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hatchet. Whip.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Pollard again.
Come on, bro. Like I see the whole
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Right there, 56. Push him back.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Prescott to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it makes the score 21-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Shifts by him, and he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively, put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Gonna run again here with Pollard. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. On first down, Pollard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run with Pollard. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Flushed out right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Good. Mike one. Watch the slant.
On play action, Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Mike 5-4.
On third down, it's Prescott. He sets to fire deep. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Mike 20.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And take it right on the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
This should not be working there.
Washington. Paul Richardson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So here now is Prescott, as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as well. He's got daylight. 30. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Washington. 47 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Prescott looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 26.
To the air again, Prescott. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more.
Ain't no fucking way that's that bad of a pass.
It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Man, let me come back.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, A lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Geis. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Well, they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out here in the I. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. On the ground, Geis, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th.
That ties the game.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Looks like a Philly ball, but yeah, it's all good.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 56, Mike 56. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
56, Mike 56, right?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Now back to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10. Run for Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You're not gonna have a talk.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. A big play here for Dallas. 51 yards on the ground. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they... And he's in for the touchdown! And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Oh, my, it was up for grabs. Now no time on the clock. And an extra point will send us to overtime.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
Hopkins with the extra point. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a first throw here in overtime. And a catch made by Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got you, boy. 56. Mike, 56 right here. Hey, let's get this. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Watch the run, watch the run. Let's go. Come on.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Dallas, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Redskins,